Will keep you in mind.
Okay, we got it.
Good to share? Okay.
We're all good.
So I think we could probably go ahead and get started, right?
Yeah.
Awesome. All right. Cool. All right, guys. So we're going to get started. I know we have a small group, which is good. So hopefully we'll have some time for questions at the end. But you are joining today our session on dining on campus with AU Kitchen's registered dietitian, which is myself. And talk a little bit more about myself in a few minutes. And we will get right into it. I'm assuming if you are in this session, you likely have a dietary intolerance, allergies, something of the sort, or you probably wouldn't be in this session. So today we're going to be talking about more of the general ways to navigate campus. And then from there, we can get more specific. I'll have my email, my contact information at the end, and then we could talk about each specific scenario, one-on-one. And something great about being virtual is that you might be in another country, you might be across the country, wherever you are. We can meet virtually and talk about all that before you or your student gets to campus so that it's just one less thing to stress about when you come to campus and start something new. So we'll talk about different nutrition resources that we have depending on, the different kinds of diets you follow, whatever that might look like for you. Get a little bit more into special diets, navigating our options, more of the resources that we have from a general dining perspective, get well soon meals, and then just some more additional resources that we offer to you. So we'll start with nutrition resources. As you'll see on the bottom corner on the right, there's a QR code. We have tons of QR codes through this presentation. This is a recorded presentation. So if you're not able to scan that QR code right now, you can go back to it and scan that. QR codes are pretty easy because they let you, have that information right on your phone. So a lot of these will take you onto this website or app called Dine on Campus. That is a great resource to have. I'll get into that in just a few minutes, but something good to know in advance. So like I said, I am the dietitian on campus. My name is Taylor Guskin, and I've been here this will be my second year coming into American University, and I'm so excited to meet all the new first year students, sophomore students, and transfers. So I have many different roles on campus, some being navigating restrictive diets and preferences, meeting religious needs, and those are definitely the bulk of my role because, dealing with allergies and religious needs are so important. We want to make sure that when everyone comes to campus, again, they're not stressing about the foods that they're eating and they're able to do so safely while still having a variety. So I often meet with different students who have allergies, dietary intolerances, whatever it may be, and always take their feedback into consideration too when it comes to what we're serving in the dining hall, retail locations, different things like that. I also assist in managing specific health conditions, providing personalized nutrition guidance. So even if it's hey, I just want to eat a little bit more balanced, how can I do that on campus? Again, just maintaining a balanced lifestyle, general nutrition questions and feedback. So I'm always available. I'm a free resource to students if they have a quick question here and there, whatever that might look like for them. So that's, again, the bulk of my position, but I do some more fun things as well. So you might see me on campus popping up doing food samples, sampling off, healthy items. I work very closely with our head chef on campus too, doing cooking demonstrations, or as we call them, teaching kitchens, which are really fun, especially if you are somebody who doesn't have a lot of experience cooking and you're interested in learning more about cooking. That is definitely something to look forward to when coming onto campus. I also work very closely with the Academic Support and Access Center, which you might hear as ASAC as well, to facilitate dietary accommodations when necessary for certain students. Okay, so in terms of navigating special diets, I mentioned Dine on Campus. Again, that is a really, really great resource to have because it's first off an app on your phone, which I find to be very simple to use. I always have my phone on me, so it's something that I can, have access to all the time. And so on here, you'll find a couple different things. So if you have an allergy, this is a good place to start. So you will download the Dine on Campus app or go onto the Dine on Campus website. You will click American University, log into your account, and it will prompt you to register your allergies on there. From there, you can create an allergen card, or what we like to call Don't Be Shy Self-Identify card. So you'll put in your name, your emergency contact number, whether or not you carry an EpiPen, and then the allergens that you're allergic to. I will actually get a notification once you put that information in through Dine on Campus. So that'll kind of register to me that you do have an allergy and you're coming to campus. So this is a great resource to have, especially on your phone, because you can add it to your Apple Wallet and kind of show it at each location when you want to let them know that you do have an allergy. So if you are looking to dine at retail locations or different stations throughout our dining hall, TDR, this is a great little discrete tool that you can pull up to show, hey, I have an allergy to whatever it is. And this is going to help our employees know, okay, this person has an allergy. What am I going to do to make sure we're limiting cross contact as much as possible? And we have many steps involved in that. Those being, changing gloves, washing hands, and then that does differ, from location to location. But this is a great tool to start out with if you do have an allergy. Something else that is great to know on our campus is we have something called the limited exposure to peanut and tree nut policy. So what this means is that we do not bring in any ingredients that have peanuts or tree nuts or made on shared equipment with peanuts and tree nuts in our dining hall. And we take the steps necessary to reduce that at our retail locations as well. At this time, Starbucks is really the only location that does have, whether it be peanuts or tree nuts, like almond milk, things like that. And then our convenience stores are C stores as well. So Eagles Express and our East Campus Market. But in those two locations, everything is, enclosed and labeled that it does have a peanut or tree nut there. And we also have tons of allergen-friendly options at those locations as well. Something else that's important to know is our Delicious Without station. So that is a station free of the top 9 allergens and gluten. So if you are dining with those allergies or gluten, this is going to be the safest place for you. And I'll get a little bit more into that as well. And then we have some options that are just avoiding gluten. So they do have the other top 9 allergens besides wheat, but they are made without gluten too. And that will be in our dining hall and throughout our retail locations as well. So like I said, this Dine on Campus app is really great for that Don't Be Shy self-identify card. It also is a good place to find our hours of operation for retail, for our dining hall, for getting to know what your dining employees look like. My information is on there. My whole team's information is on there. So if you need to contact any of us, that's going to be a really great place to go to. Something else that's awesome is you actually have access to all of our different menus on Dine on Campus as well. So you can look at what's on the menu, pick your drop-down options. Terrace Dining Room is our single residential dining facility. It is in the Mary Graydon Center. So you might hear TDR, and that's going to be the dining hall that you would be going to in MGC. So I like to say that TDR and MGC is what you're going to hear for the dining hall. And you can see what we serve for breakfast, lunch, and dinner every single day at these locations. And something really cool is that we actually have little icons on the app and actually throughout the dining hall as well that signify if something is made without gluten, if it is vegetarian, or if it's vegan as well. And I like to say that this is a time-saving way to make choices because, if you don't know what you're in the mood for, if you want to go to a retail location like Halal Shack, or if you want to go to TDR, you can actually just look at that menu super quickly and decide, okay, I want to go to TDR today, or I'm not really feeling what's on the menu today. This is just a general overview of some of our locations that we have on campus. The left will be our Mary Graydon Center, again, MGC, so that's where our dining hall is located. And then a few other locations. Panera Bread is coming to campus this semester, which I know we're all very excited for. Then we have an area called the Tunnel. So that is right next to the Mary Graydon Center, where we have our Starbucks, our Qdoba, and our Subway locations. And then on East Campus, we have Freshens, which is some delicious salads, smoothies, things like that, and our East Campus Market. Our East Campus Market is similar to a convenience store, but it's more of that grocery concept. So you're able to buy fresh fruits and veggies, peanut butter, eggs, meat, anything like that you would normally buy at a small grocery store as well. So that's always fun to stock up on little snacks if you want to supplement with your meal plan. And then Kerwin Hall has our Hisho Sushi location, which offers poke bowls and sushi. So like I said, our TDR location is our singular residential dining facility. So that's going to be our dining hall, and that is in our Mary Graydon Center. And this is kind of just a map of what that looks like. So on August 22nd, August 23rd, I will be at the resource fair. So I know this map looks a little bit scary, but when you come to campus, definitely stop by, visit me at the resource fair, and I'm happy to walk you through the dining hall so that you have a good idea of the best places for you to dine depending on whatever your restrictions or your allergies will be. This is on the bottom floor of the Mary Graydon Center. So when you come in, for most of you, this Delicious Without station will probably be the best be the best station here. So you'll come right in, make a hard left again, and then you'll see that Delicious Without station. There's tons of signage to signify that this is a station with that is free of the top 9 allergens and gluten, and this will be a good place for you to start. But, if you do have other dietary restrictions, there are other places. And then that's where, us talking one-on-one will be able to help the best with navigating your options. So again, I mentioned this Delicious Without station. This QR code will take you to our allergen guide. Again, this is on Dine on Campus, our website or our app. And this kind of takes you through how we handle allergens on campus. So this Delicious Without station will be the safest option for those dining with the top 9 allergens or gluten, because our options at that station are prepared in a separate location from the rest of the dining hall. That's why we say that this is the safest option for you to dine here. We do have a breakfast, lunch, and dinner offering every single day that changes. And again, I meet with students often to determine what works best at that station for those who have allergies versus maybe something that they don't like, and then we can take that off the menu and add something new that they do like instead. We have a hot entree, starch and veggie for lunch and dinner, and then breakfast is always changing. Sometimes we do pancakes that are gluten-free, egg-free, soy-free, everything like that. Or, we do breakfast sausages, a bunch of different things there, and it is always changing. I'm excited to say that we are adding a made-to-order salad and sandwich stop at that station as well. So that will just bring more variety to that station and make sure that it is done so in a safe way with a reduced cross contact as much as possible. There are also many vegan options included at this location. So if you are, have some of those allergies and you're also vegan, this would be a good option for you as well. Another thing that we're bringing in that is straight from our students with allergies saying we want some desserts. So we're bringing on some allergen friendly desserts as well that I'm excited that we'll be having at that location as well. And so if you are somebody who maybe doesn't have any of the top 9 allergens, but you are avoiding gluten for, if you have celiac or gluten intolerance, then maybe you're going to be looking just for this avoiding gluten logo. And this QR code will take you to our avoiding gluten brochure as well, which highlights where you can find made without gluten options at our dining hall, but along with our retail locations as well. And so in this picture here, there's a purple kit. This is our allergen kit. So we have these at many of our locations in retail. So places like our Baba's Pizza, Halal Shack, District Pickle, True Burger. So if you signify and show your Don't Be Shy self-identify card or let our associates know that you can't eat gluten, we'll take this out and we'll prepare your meal on this purple cutting board using the purple knife. So using all of these safe options to reduce cross contact as much as possible. So you're less restricted to, just the dining hall or just gluten-free items, and you're able to dine with us at these other locations as well. In terms of avoiding gluten in the dining hall, we do have a dedicated waffle mix that is gluten-free, a waffle iron that is separated from, the regular waffle irons that do use wheat, and then a dedicated toaster. We also have a dedicated refrigerator with different milks, prepackaged cream cheeses and butters so that we can reduce cross contact as much as possible, and tons of different dessert options and breads as well that are gluten-free too, that you're able to, kind of grab and go on your own as well. And then again, this is just definitely something to look out for when you're looking at our Dine on Campus or you're walking through the dining hall, this avoiding gluten logo. In terms of vegan and vegetarian, again, these are the logos that you'll find here on Dine on Campus and on our app, or in our dining hall, I'm sorry. And so this QR code will take you to our vegan and vegetarian guide, and that takes you through all of the different vegan and vegetarian options in the dining hall and our retail locations as well. I shouldn't say all because there's tons more, especially when you get creative and mix and match at your retail locations. But in terms of the dining hall, Rooted is our fully vegan station, and there's a minimum of 15 grams of protein per meal if you are just eating at that Rooted station. But of course, you can pick up other options. At the salad bar, we're always offering beans. We have a Beyond Burger at the grill. So you're always welcome to mix and match those options too in the dining hall. And again, if you are vegan or you're vegetarian and you're on campus and you find, I feel like I don't have enough options, I'm your go-to girl. I'll be able to help you go down into that dining hall or go into the retail locations and figure out how can we make sure you're getting enough protein? How can we make sure you're getting enough variety as well and you're enjoying everything that you're eating? But as you can see here, there are tons of different options throughout our dining hall. And then in our retail locations, there's at least one vegan entree available, and then plenty more vegetarian as well. In terms of religious accommodations, so for halal, if you are somebody who practices a halal way of eating, we have a protein option in TDR at actually all of our grilled chicken, or chicken breast, I should say, is halal chicken. That's the only one that we get in. So that's an option throughout the dining hall. And then our Bowl Life location is always going to be that halal station as well. There are also, as mentioned on the previous slide, a variety of vegan and vegetarian options that would be suitable for this diet. In terms of retail, we have our Halal Shack and Baba's Pizza location, which are two absolutely delicious options that serve plenty of halal options too. So our Halal Shack is like a Mediterranean, Middle Eastern bowl style, and Baba's Pizza is our pizza location, kind of like a thin crust pizza, where we do offer cauliflower crust as well that is made without gluten. And then when the time comes, we have Ramadan options throughout the dining hall and different options for that. In terms of kosher, we have a station in TDR open for lunch and dinner throughout the week. And that is, our kosher nook in the back corner of TDR. It's a little bit hidden. So if you ever have questions or need help finding that, again, reach out to me and I'm happy to help you with that. Or if you're looking for more options, we have a mashkia on campus who oversees all of the kosher cooking, and he's happy to sit down and talk to you. He loves to talk with students. So if you have any questions about kosher cooking on campus, he is your go-to guy, and you can reach out to me for that. Our location that he also oversees is our district pickle location. So it is like a traditional kosher deli, one of my favorite options on campus. So highly recommend that. And again, in terms of avoiding gluten, we do have Udi's buns there, and we do have that avoiding gluten kit as well. So that would be another safe option if you are somebody who does not eat gluten. And then again, when the time comes, there are Passover options as well that we offer. In terms of requesting accommodations, many of you might already be familiar with this. So following the 3-step process outlined by ASAC and just visiting their website. So that will be, following a questionnaire, providing documentation for allergies, accommodations, whatever that might be, and then meeting with the ASAC advisor. Again, I work very closely with ASAC. So we meet often and we're able, the student, myself, and whoever your advisor is on ASAC to make the decision on what is going to work best and what's going to help you dine safely and stress-free as well. In terms of religious accommodations, this might be you reaching out to K Spiritual Life or me. I'm super fine with you reaching out to me with any accommodation requests in terms of religious accommodations for dining. And then we can meet with K Spiritual Life and again, determine a plan of action on what's going to work best for you on campus. So another fun thing that we have to offer on campus and off campus is Grubhub Plus. So when you get to campus, you're going to want to download Grubhub, and you can download that on the QR code right here, kind of just get ahead of it. Something cool about this is when you affiliate your American University email, you get free Grubhub Plus for the time that you are with us on campus. So this means that you can order off campus and get free delivery for the most part for those who offer Grubhub Plus options. And you're able to order from our retail locations on campus as well. So if you are, in class and you're super hungry, but you got to meet your friends at the library in 20 minutes, you can order on Grubhub Plus, use your meal swipes, pick it up at that location, and then head over instead of waiting online. So this is a great way to save some time. You just, maybe you're scrolling really quickly at the end of class, or you are, and I don't condone that, or, you're at the library and you just need something super quick. You're able to just order it through Grubhub Plus, pick it up on campus, and head back over to what you're doing. And then another option that we offer is called Get Well Soon Meals. And this QR code will take you, I think it takes you straight to Grubhub to be able to order your meals. So if you are somebody who has, COVID or sick for whatever reason, and you're not able to leave your sorry, I'm blanking out, your dorm room, and you can't have somebody else go for you, then you can actually order your meals throughout this service and we will bring them to you. And there are some pretty specific rules down at the bottom. So you order your that day's dinner, the following date's breakfast and lunch by 3 p.m. And then you get those meals delivered night of. And again, if you have any questions about this, feel free to just shoot me an email. If you do, you are sick down the line, just shoot me an email and we can talk through this a little bit more as well. And for more information, definitely recommend following us on TikTok, on Instagram, American U Dining. We post all new information on there and all the fun information too. If we have DIY events that are coming up, or maybe some freebies, or getting to know your dining employees, this is a great place to go, or even our dining committee. So we do have a dining committee meeting that goes on throughout the semester. And this is where we actually ask for student feedback. And we just kind of get to know students a little bit more, see what they want to see, and see how we can make changes to make sure that everybody is dining, again, safely and happily as much as possible. And if you guys have any questions, again, my email is right here. It's also on our Dine on Campus website. You are welcome to reach out to me at any point. We can set up a virtual meeting, a call, or if you come to campus, we can do a TDR tour, retail tour, whatever you feel will be the best for you, and make sure that you're the most comfortable when you're coming to campus. This is great to do ahead of time because, again, it takes away some of the stress of getting to campus and you're like, okay, I got to deal with food now. Let's try to do that ahead of time so that that is the least of your worries when you come to campus, and you can just think about how fun and amazing your freshman year
We're
is going to
returning
be.
in 1 minute to the main room. 1 minute.
So awesome. So we are just about done. Again, I will be at the resource fair on August 22nd and August 23rd. You will find me there. We can talk about any questions you have. Go down to the dining hall, go through retail, whatever works best for you. And again, the best place to reach me will be this tguskin@american.edu email for any questions that you do have. Would again recommend, if you do have an allergy, filling out that Don't Be Shy self-identify card on the Dine on Campus app, and we can go from there. I think that is it.